we all heard
wasn't just cooking.
And Cooking with Kya would indeed blow up. Not only
She
would
did.
she blow up on TikTok, but she would become, for quite a while, a very, very popular streamer.
Look at it.
She ended up dumping her boyfriend at the time.
Both of them.
Suffered a lot of criticism online.
She did, yeah.
especially from ladies who were hating on her because she
Look at
had
that.
a male fan base, and also because
hello.
of some of the twerking that she was doing.
Yeah. It's been an awfully long minute since we've had the opportunity to check in with internet personality Cooking with Kya, who rose to fame exploiting men's love of food and also cakes. Nevertheless, her internet personalityism has taken a hit over the past several months due to really two main things. Number one, due to the Dubai porta potty allegations, and then also when she was back at Streaming University and inevitably ended up breaking up with her boyfriend and destroyed this young man, broke his damn heart, and it all played out on these internet streaming streets. Nevertheless, we're going to head back over to O'Shea. What up, O'Shea? O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel to have yet another noteworthy and worthwhile conversation. And also understand this is that not only do I want to dissect her situation, but also within the understanding that, you know, it's difficult to be a content creator, especially if you're trying to make yourself a component of the content, and then especially if yourself involves the sexualization of yourself. So we're going to go through it. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it without further ado.
From 2024 to 2025, a young lady from Southern California took over TikTok with a bunch of cooking videos. And whenever the video started, we all heard
wasn't just cooking.
And Cooking with Kya would indeed blow up. Not only
She
would
did.
she blow up on TikTok, but she would become, for quite a while, a very, very popular streamer.
Look at it.
A very, very popular streamer. And we all know what happened at Streamers University last year.
Damn.
Where she had that
Ham
incident,
looked great.
and she ended up dumping her boyfriend at the time,
Both of them.
Zabron.
Yeah, and the thing is that when she did that, a lot of her male audience was like, oh, she just like the rest of them. She had me tricked. She had me fooled with all of that ass shaking and cooking fantastic hams and shit like that. She just like the rest of them. Because the way that she did that, young brother, oh, it was disgusting. He going to roll up with you to Streaming University, even though he wasn't invited, in order to support you. And you're going to be at the club acting like you single in front of millions of people that are being, that the party's being streamed to. Nasty work. And now all of the women that already hated her was like, see, look, she's just like us too. Let's keep going.
Suffered a lot of criticism online.
She did, yeah.
especially from ladies who were hating on her because she
Look at
had
that.
a male fan base, and also
hello.
because of some of the twerking that she was doing.
Yeah.
Also,
That
the
young
way she
meaty
handled
ass.
the Zabron thing caught her a lot of animosity, and she would actually have this breakdown.
What do I do?
That's right. She victimized
That's so bad.
herself.
Like, I'm so confused. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. It's so rare that I see positive stuff about me.
But Cooking with Kya
stop
would
it.
do pretty good, at least to the end of 2025. But something was fishy.
Listen, just real quick, let's just do a formalized assessment, and y'all gonna be like, MT, are you reading too much into it? No, I'm right. Look at her back right here. Can y'all see that shiny thing right there? The dermal piercings that are embedded like into her damn skin. There is not a young lady on this planet that has this type of piercing that also isn't a 304 thought rocket. It just doesn't exist, baby. Like, if it wasn't for the strength of her tattoos at this young age, or the ability to twerk in the way that she does in front of the camera, put her shitter up into the camera in the way that she does, take a look at the dermal piercings, baby. Dermal piercings mean she's with the shits, all right? You wife her up, you get everything that's deserved to you. Let's go.
In 2026, I haven't really heard a lot about Cooking with Kya.
Okay.
And a lot of people are starting to notice it. We're almost out of the first quarter of 2026, and there is no word of Cooking with Kya anywhere.
He's right, you know.
And that brings me to something that came across my desk just yesterday.
Cooking with Kya is the definition of self-sabotage. I'm talking about she need to write a book on how to life up.
Yeah.
Just this time last year, you couldn't scroll on any app without hearing her jingle. Everybody wanted a plate from her. Then she decided to take her ass to Streamer University, get cracked, come home, tell the internet she broke up with her boyfriend because he wasn't good enough.
That's
and
right.
Boom. Whole life went down the drain.
Yeah.
She
She
ain't
lost
get
her
no
fan base.
brand deals,
Yeah.
ain't get to bake with Martha Stewart, ain't get to be a chef for Stefan Diggs.
Did she make a cookbook?
Nothing. Soon as she decided to leave her boyfriend because of the fame, her whole life went to shambles.
Yeah.
I hope y'all really learned a very important lesson from this. Stop thinking you bigger than the program. Don't let the fame get to your head. And most important of all, don't leave behind the ones who only wanted to see you succeed.
Damn.
This
Well, we cannot expect or hold people to, at their most popular, to judge them by that, right? No one maintains relevance consistently to the end of the time that they're doing what it is that they're doing. That's not a fair expectation. And I think that the conversation is a lot deeper than that. What she produced or what she became popular for from a content perspective, it is not that valuable. However, from a product perspective, does this young lady even have a cookbook? There are a multitude of ways that she could have chose or opted to monetize what it was that she was doing, but you cannot build a long-term brand around the combination of 304, right, sex appeal, and food. One builds loyalty or community around a genuine skill and markets that skill. The other one drives traffic based off of curiosity and novelty and them thick ass cheeks. Let's keep it a buck. There's no longevity in that, and brands want longevity and as well as brand safety. But let's keep going.
young dude put out this video, and again, folks thought he was hating. But when you really look at it, it made sense. Like, let's look at some of these videos that she's been posting. Again, This video that you're looking at right now has about 1.2 million views. It's pretty good. But if you look at the last few videos on her TikTok page, it's not looking good at all. The last video she posted has 96,000 views, 54,000 views, then 38,000 views. Because as it seems,
she gonna go to
Cooking
OF
with
soon.
Kya is no longer making food content. And when she was making food content, she didn't have her classic intro. If you go to the video,
She's trying to
you'll
leave it
see a
behind.
whole bunch of people calling it out. Like, this person really fell off. Let's get you back up there. Please do the intros.
Got him!
This person, the Queen of Spades, no more of the little jingle? That must have been your man's favorite part.
Damn.
Right, like, what's happened? She must have gotten tired of taking people's man. This other person says, if y'all don't let her be cute and cook her stuff, nothing is that serious. And that made me think about something just in general. What would make Cooking with Kya leave something that, in my honest opinion, would be very lucrative?
I think the biggest lie that you're sold as a creator is that you can just live for a living. That if you just post yourself online and tell your story, you're going to be blessed with monetary opportunity. And while that is true in the short term, to maintain on that hamster wheel of doing brand deals, I believe, is the reason why a lot of people burn out.
So, first of all, Cooking with Kya is a short form content creator, and then she was live streaming. Now, the thing is, it's a lot of work to make money as a content creator, for sure. And Cooking with Kya was in an industry that is like very niche based, let's say like food and stuff like that. She was getting hooked up with Aiden Ross and certain other people, but for whatever reasons, those relationships fell through. And then
the issue with brand deals is that, one, your future financial security is at the mercy of some inbound brand deal coming in. And you don't know when your next brand is going to hit you up. Now, you can have these hot months where your content is hitting, and as a result, more brand managers are seeing it. And you'll have these months where you just go on a dry spell. And I've experienced that as a creator too. Even though I had 900,000 followers, but I would still only land like one brand deal a month.
This part is also true about content creation. You know, somebody like Cooking with Kya in the short form game, they're unlike people like, let's say, myself or Anton Daniels or even Tariq Nasheed. Because if you're in the long form commentary space and you can put out enough videos a lot, I mean, YouTube is a great place to do that. Cooking with Kya is more of a short form personality. So the videos that she does on TikTok probably don't get a whole lot of money. She probably could get a lot of money on streaming, but streaming is a hard thing to do. Like Kai Sanat, DDG, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They are definitely paid, but they're working for a lot.
Yeah.
Some of these dudes streaming 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, 15 hours a day, wherever they going.
Yeah.
Like that IRL streaming thing
is ridiculous.
Crazy. And Cooking with Kya is a lady, so
she ain't gonna do it.
That may not be something that she wants to do all day.
Yeah. The streaming game is dominated by men, young men. There's a couple of older men that are doing it. Shout out to Rampage Jackers, but by young men because they have the want to struggle for what that type of content demands. It is way harder than what I do via commentary. But if you're a short-term creator, you're not making money like that off of ad revenue. And although O'Shea is describing her as a live streamer, I mean, I'm taking a look at her Twitch right now, and the last time that she streamed, according to this, was over 6 months ago. If you are a successful video creator, all right, if you make VODs like myself and you gain an audience, you could make a ton of money off of just purely the ad revenue. It's not what you want to hold yourself to. You want to try to develop other things so that you do not become a slave to the algorithm. But if you're a short form creator, you have to create other ways, other businesses, right? Services, digital products, curriculums, courses in order to substantiate living. Having subscribers or followers really don't mean shit nowadays when it comes to the monetization. There's people with 1/10 of the followers that I have but make 10 times the amount of money. And this is just the reality of creating products for the digital economy or the digital space. By the way, over the next several weeks, I'm going to be dropping an explanation of how it is that I do what I do that has made me a multi-millionaire content creator. So you guys can copy exactly what I do should you be interested in what it is that I do.
Then,
if you are constantly relying on brand deals, your creative freedom is somewhat at the mercy of brands. And I think a lot of us get into content creation because we want to experience deep creative freedom. But then what ends up happening is that we have to slowly but surely tailor our content so more brands are friendly with it. Maybe you need to stop cursing. But as a result, over time, you start to just lose sight of the core purpose of why you even started creating videos in the first place, which sucks because you started this entire endeavor because you love it.
Let's talk about brand deals in short form content creation. It is very true that a lot of people, especially some of these, tier one multinational companies, L'Oreal, some of these fast moving consumer good companies, Pernod Ricard, Diageo, companies like that, they like to use a brand ambassadors like Cooking with Kya. They have a huge audience and a huge engagement. The problem is because of her content with the twerking and all that stuff, it really leaves a lot to be desired. So even though you're getting a whole lot of views on TikTok, it's hard for somebody to really monetize you besides a betting company. And she did have a brand deal with Steak, but again, I'm not sure as to how well that thing went, and she doesn't have it anymore. And so now she's trying to position herself to go into lifestyle.
Yeah,
and
but
when we look at Cooking with Kya,
I'm going to slightly disagree with O'Shea here to a degree. Her issue is because they'll do this for the rap chicks all day. And the reason is that the rap chicks have mainstream acceptance. So if whoever's managing her, you have to figure out how to get her it's probably too late now, right? Because the best time to utilize this is when she's at the top of the curve of popularity. But you got to figure out how to give her mainstream acceptance. They should have had her on the Good Morning Americas talking about the TikToks. They should have had her on The Real getting interviewed by all of these overweight feminists, right? Like they should have had her doing all of those things. She even could have parlayed like a collaboration with one of those women that already accepted within there. One of the Lotto Cardi B type chicks. Have Cardi B talk about she don't cook, she don't clean, and Kaya walk in the room and be like, well, I can help you with the cooking part. And that be like a collaborate. I guess you'd have to figure what would be in it for Cardi to be able to do that, right? Maybe she's got to drop an album. I don't know. But essentially what I'm trying to say is that she would have to become famous, not just on the internet, but within mainstream attention, which is why I don't want to be famous, which is why I avoid the mainstream. They send me emails and shit like that. Nuh-uh. Leave me alone, all right? I'm cool with not being famous, because with that fame comes lack of peace, because you could walk out that door and now you got to think about security and shit like that.
In the lifestyle, she's just not a good creator. That's just the reality of it. If she's not twerking or if she's not, you know, cooking something that's very basic, nobody really has time for her. And it's unfortunate because, well...
Yeah, the first one and probably the biggest one is the parasocial relationships. That is very real. People telling you what to do, people not liking you for certain things, or people almost like demanding and wanting you to be a certain way because they feel like they know you. That is a very real thing, and I don't think I like that. And because I already don't like that as someone that only has 200,000 followers, I'm not seeing myself going further, as in hitting 500, 1 million followers, because it's just going to get worse.
Yeah. It's not even just that they think that they know you, but then they want you to fight for what it is that they believe or that they stand for, which is absolutely fine, by the way. And as a content creator, you got to be able to understand, what are you talking about and what problems are you solving for? And you got to have a lot of mental capacity, and especially the capacity towards criticism, as ruthless as what it can be across the internet.
That's so important. She has about 200,000 followers on Instagram, so she says. And she doesn't want to be a content creator because it's now very parasocial. People are telling her what she should do. You got to
have the appetite for it.
How she should behave. And for certain content creators, it can get to you. It don't get to me. I don't give a damn what y'all think at all. But for somebody like Cooking with Kya, it may bother her. And it appears it did bother her. And so she's taking a big break. And now, if you're like young like her, you don't have any real business skills, you probably don't have a business manager, you're not really marketable right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there for you to do? It's nothing. People quickly forget about you. And this is not just Cooking with Kya that has this problem. This is a problem that a lot of these creators, especially female creators that really lead with, voluptuous body, that lead with some element of clapping in their content. The problem is, yes, they will get dudes to trick on them. They will get opportunities, but they still will need to work. If you're going to go to Twitch and stream all day, you got to put in the work. You're not going to be able to just get by because you're Cooking with Kya. And she did get into the right door. She got into the DDG door. She got into the Kai Cenat door. Got into the Aiden Ross door. But she didn't have the real work ethic to keep it
she
coming,
needed a
to keep
product
it
or a service.
And it seems like she just burnt out.
Yeah.
And now Cooking with Kya, what I see is she's just falling off. And this is what a lot of content creators do, because at first you see money and opportunities come, but brand deals don't come all that often. Like, let's say, for example, if you're Tupperware, and Cooking with Kya is in your niche. Well, Cooking with Kya probably has a lot of male followers that would not buy that Tupperware.
Yeah, it's a conflict.
It would be better if she had a smaller audience of like 100,000 people that were, let's say, women, wives, cooks. But no, you got like 2.3 million people who are not really built for the niche that you're trying to make. And like what happens is, when you're trying to get these brand deals to get more income, you have to change who you are. This is what Cooking with Kya is trying to do now. She's gotten away from the jingle. She's trying to change who she is to get there to the brands. She's not making her own money. Like, stop the show.
It's done.
Like this show here. I'm making money talking about her ass.
True.
Probably more than what she made today on TikTok.
It's true. Listen,
I know that's petty, right?
It's not petty, but it's like they have to understand that. I think what I realized with this content thing is that there's many people that just don't get it, just don't understand it. That's why I'm going to be putting it all into a package to be consumed. And I count myself as blessed to be in the position that I currently am in. But I spent years working harder at this than anything that I've worked hard at within my life. And because of that, I reached kind of this side quest era within my commentary. And the channel continues on growing. The community continues to show love. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. And I'm in the sweet spot because not only do I generate revenue, but it's connected to my purpose. And none of this would have been possible if I didn't put in the groundwork. If I got viral one time and just stayed right there, right? It wouldn't have been consistency. There wouldn't have been real fans that would have been gained over this time. Meanwhile, the way that I get paid is not the way that they get paid. They're the short form dopamine creators. The short form shit don't really make money like the long form stuff. So you have to be able to bring something else to the table because the lifespan is even shorter. Let's wrap up.
But that's the reality of it. And a lot of chicks, and I'm gonna keep saying this, that's dealing with some level of booty clapping in their content, they're just going down by the wayside. I mean, look at the rise of AI models. They don't have to be real, but it does cut into somebody like Cooking with Kya. And it just shows that if you don't have any real skill, you don't have any real thing to offer the public, you're gonna be in a place where last year you were doing good, and this year you're nowhere to be found. I'm pretty sure she could come back and bring back the Cooking with Kya. But as it seems right now, she doesn't want anything to do with it because she's afraid of the image that she created for herself. That's right.
Or
Cooking with Kya was good until it wasn't. She doesn't want to twerk and cook anymore because why? I think she actually hates it.
Yeah.
Just like certain women that get on OnlyFans and don't like it, or become like booty models and don't like it and they just get tired of it. I think she's tired of it and she feels like it's just not worth it anymore. I don't know what she's going to do now because the change that she's doing is a fall off from what she's been doing. So Cooking with Kya, the way she's going right now, is completely gone. And her ex-boyfriend, Zabron, who was helping her out, you know, getting her money, getting her opportunities, hey, he has no reason to deal with her now.
Listen,
seems like she's done, at least for today. So guys,
yeah, listen, and that brother, listen, man, you might get that hey big head text now that the shit don't calm down around her, right? Don't you dare. She's already showed you that in a moment's notice, she's out of there, you know. But I agree with O'Shea's comments at the end right there. And I think like, or that I was going to say there at the end is that she has to keep on doing fuck shit. One of the internet personalities that continues to confuse me why she gets airtime is Krishan Rock. But if you watch her movements, it's just always dumb shit. But I think that she's a degree of a psychopath who doesn't think about, you know, the moves that she's making, who she's hurting, what's happening in and around the baby, right? The dudes that she's dating. And she really don't give a shit. Like there's some people that's on the internet that don't give a shit. She really doesn't give a shit. So she's just going to continue on living, having cameras pick up or follow what it is that she's doing. And I guess people are going to watch because it's like driving right by a car wreck up on the highway. You just want to turn and look. You want to rub a neck just because it's something interesting or out of the ordinary of the ordinary. And being in a vehicle for people's attention through the fuck shit. Some people don't want, most people don't want to set their shit. I don't even want to set my life up in that way. That's why I do content or commentary off of things that I find, off of letting people into my life directly. And it's difficult to do so. I never forget, and this is something that has really jaded me towards sharing components of my life, is when I talked about, this back in 2021, when I had cancer and people were creating live streams talking about my right nut. It was absolutely insane to me. Like, I'm like, bro, like, why is my nuts in your mouth? Like, what is the meaning of this? But for something that was a legitimate diagnosis for me, and I wanted to let men know, because as a men's focused channel, health should be a component of that. Go get your physicals, go get your shelves checked. And for people to turn my nutsack, they couldn't help but keep my nutsack in their mouth, then it kind of jaded me from offering up into the future, because at the end of the day, I want peace. And meanwhile, I got family members sending me videos of people who are talking about my diseased, cancer-ridden right nut. It was insane. Anyway, back to the Cooking with Kya situation. I mean, it's not just Cooking with Kya. It's literally thousands that we've seen before. Maybe her degree of notoriety is what makes it unique or interesting, but it's about sustainability. It's not about virality at the end of the day. And too many of these content creators confuse the two, and then they end up spending whatever it is that they made in that month instead of investing. not realizing that there really isn't a foundation into the novelty that they have created or the sideshow that they have created. So they make the wrong money moves, and then all of a sudden they back living with their parents, because at the core of it, at the base of it, they didn't even like what they were doing anyway. But let me know what you guys think, whether or not you agree with the things that I'm saying, or if you disagree with the things that I'm saying. Let me know down up in the comment box. Let's continue to have a conversation. Shout out to O'Shea for dropping this fantastic piece of content. And if anything, I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.